But the real break happened in 2005 when Nippon Asset Management, which was earlier the Reliance Anil Dhirubhai Ambani Mutual
Correct.
Fund, gave me an opportunity to become a branch manager at Dehradun. Investment is the boring part of the journey.
True.
It's very boring. You have to be, it's a boring. The day you
Yeah.
find exciting, then you leave a job and start only investing back home. Is not what kind of product you can give it to them, how much deeply you understand the product.
Correct.
It is more about getting emotionally connected towards their life goals. You know, somebody is wanting to send their child to for foreign education. Somebody is wanting to buy a house. Somebody has a marriage in the family. You know, somebody is looking for a close retirement, so he's looking for those cash flows.
Yeah.
They have different needs. They are serious about it.
True.
You cannot play just because there is a hidden commission or a fee behind it.
Yeah.
So once you align yourself with their goals, you build a trust.
Correct.
And that trust, solidifies to an extent where you become a family member.
Correct.
Franklin did a study in US, and they found that which category of people are the ones who made the most of the money.
Yeah.
So at second number, it came the people who never called their brokers. The people, so one liner, simplicity beats complexity.
True. True.
I've always seen.
Yeah.
I've seen n number of portfolios.
Hello and welcome once again to one more episode of Eye to Eye, where we call startup founders or MSME owners and try and learn something from their journey. I am your host CA Vishal Mehta, representing my own startup Prophetic Business Solutions Private Limited, which deals with CFO services and international tax restructuring. Today we have with us Mr. Sharat Sharma, who is a certified financial planner and a chartered trust estate planner. After working with top financial institutions like Yes Bank, UTIMF, etc., he started his own wealth management company named Proton Capital Private Limited. He loves playing chess, he loves teaching maths, and loves reading books. Welcome to the show, Mr. Sharat. Glad to have you here.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure talking to you.
Lots of our interest happens to be common.
Yes.
I also love maths.
Oh, great. Being a chartered accountant,
yeah.
I can understand. Yes.
I'm dealing with numbers. Reading books, maybe not as much as you maybe, but yeah, I love. So I think it will be a very interesting
Absolutely.
conversation.
Done.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah.
And
let's
one
go.
more
Looking
thing,
forward.
while I was giving your introduction, which happens to be common, is that I also was in industry
Yes.
and then moved on to. So lots of common things.
Absolutely. It would be a amazing
So,
discussion,
yeah.
I think. Yes.
So that happens to be my first question also, especially for those who moved from industry
Yeah.
to starting their own. Because as one of the purpose of our show is also for people to take inspiration, especially the ones who are wanting to switch. That's a different kind of inspiration. One is you wanting to start from scratch entrepreneurship, and I think more difficult is to switch.
Yeah.
So if someone can learn from everyone's journey,
Correct.
it would be great. So what made you, switch from such big financial institutions to starting your own?
Yeah. So as you rightly said, India is today a land of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
More and more people like you, and I'm seeing it is becoming a trend that today they want to start something of their own.
Yes.
And this burning desire is there in the heart of every individual, whether he is working or not working or starting on his own as an entrepreneur. But there is definitely a desire to do something where you can add value in somebody's life.
Yes.
So my career started way back in 2001. I got into the media company Bennett Coleman and Company Limited, which is
Times of-
popularly known as the Times of India,
Yeah.
which has Economic Times, Filmfare, Femina.
Yeah.
So I was taking care of the Economic Times. I was a part of the education team there.
Okay.
And that was amazing. Initial 3-4 years, right from MBA, right from the education world into the practical side of
Correct.
world. That was outstanding. But the real break happened in 2005 when Nippon Asset Management, which was earlier the Reliance Anil Dhirubhai Ambani Mutual
Correct.
Fund, gave me an opportunity to become a branch manager at Dehradun.
Okay.
And that was my first exposure into personal finance.
Okay.
And since then, I have been moving into the mutual fund space. I moved to Delhi with UTI Asset Management. Then I was promoted as a regional head, was brought into Mumbai in 2014.
Ah.
They, had asked me to go and meet the bankers as the partner channels. So the journey was amazing. The
Correct.
learning was
Correct.
amazing. But somewhere, during this journey, I realized that the product we sell, which was the primary product of mutual funds, was not being sold as it should have been sold to the end investor. People do make money in the stock market, but not the way it is tried to fit it into the portfolio. So somewhere we were working as a top down. The
Correct.
the top management team would like you to sell a certain sector or a certain theme, which that it is not going to be relevant in a client's portfolio, but you were bound to sell it.
Yeah.
And
So there was pressure from that
there
side.
is a pressure always, right, to go single minded with an agenda into client meeting and talk what you have been told to talk.
बेच के आना.
Not what you want to talk, but you have been told to talk. And that became a trigger point. That is where I started thinking that why I can't do the same thing in a different manner. And hence the idea of starting
Wow.
in 2016, after working with Yes Bank, after working with L&T Wealth Management, I realized that what is missing till now has been that the client don't look into the investment as a overall holistic understanding and connecting it to their long-term goals. It is more transaction oriented, right? It is never about asset allocation.
Correct.
It is only about product selling. The product sold by the manufacturer, the product bought by the client,
Correct.
whether it is fitting into the portfolio, whether it is getting aligned with the long-term goals, nobody cares. And that is where I found the opportunity.
Understood.
And during this time, I did my CFP from Financial Planning Standard Board, and I understood that the most important thing which a client should understand is asset allocation.
Correct.
The portfolio cannot be biased towards one asset class. So if you meet any client, either he or she is 90% skewed towards real estate,
Or he's
or 90% skewed towards gold,
Correct.
or silver, or he's towards absolutely on the opposite side towards equity. But there is no justification, there is no understanding, there is no mix of any proper mathematical based asset allocation after knowing the risk appetite of the investor. I think this bigger piece was missing in every household, every portfolio which I looked into.
understood.
So that is probably the one reason,
Why you left?
and the freedom to take a decision and the freedom to talk to a client what he needs was the biggest kicker in starting on my own. And that happened in 2016 when
Very
I
good.
started with my company called Proton Capital Private Limited.
Even mine happens to be in 2016.
Oh, okay, great. That's
Prophetic
what
business,
a coincidence. Yes.
Pro prophetic business solutions also in 2016.
Very
And the
nice.
other aspect of it, any fear like a fixed income versus the entrepreneurship, or you had some base clients ready before moving,
No, so-
always that first client wala.
Yes. So that is the toughest part about my journey, and
Yeah.
that is the biggest, good feeling which I get today when I realize that when I started in 2016, I started with 0 clients.
Yeah, same.
I have always been in a B2B. While working with the Times of India, I was only meeting with the ad agencies.
Yeah.
When I went to Nippon, the earlier Reliance, then was meeting with the independent financial advisors. When I became a regional head, I was meeting the bankers. I didn't had an opportunity of meeting a single client individually.
So you had to start. So only the knowledge experience was there, but start zero से ही करना था.
But then, I started calling them. People were kind enough to meet me, understand me what I was talking about.
True.
And the journey started from 1 One became two, two became four, and then it
Excellent.
became compounding, which I always teach.
Yeah.
And it was no looking back.
Mm.
So in the last 9 years of my journey, today I manage some 150 clients.
Excellent.
And all these clients are purely referral based.
Mm.
Because one liked the idea and said, talk, positive about this.
Yeah.
They understood the philosophy. They understood it has some relevance. He's
Correct.
talking something which is in their favor.
Correct.
He's talking about something which they have never learned. So with this client first attitude, there was no looking back. One after another. Today it is 150 strong
Excellent.
client team, and
And
which I
may
am
it
very
cross
proud of.
1,000.
I hope and wish
Because-
I can do justice.
Because
to all these number of
correct,
clients. Yeah.
because it not only helps you, you started with a vision that maximum people understand it
Yes.
the way it should be, so it also benefits them ultimately. It's their wealth that is increasing.
Correct.
You are earning out of it.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, the biggest value what you can add is not what kind of product you can give it to them, how much deeply you understand the product.
Correct.
It is more about getting emotionally connected towards their life goals. Somebody is wanting to send their child for foreign education. Somebody is wanting to buy a house. Somebody has a marriage in the family. Somebody is looking for a close retirement, so he's
Yeah.
looking for those cash flows.
Yeah.
They have different needs. They are serious about it.
True.
You cannot play just because there is a hidden commission or a fee behind it.
Yeah.
So once you align yourself with their goals, you build a trust.
Correct.
And that trust, solidifies to an extent where you become a family member in their
Correct.
life. I have realized that.
Correct.
People when they call me, they ask, Sharad, din ke lunch mein kya khaoge?
True,
If you're
true,
coming, you'll have lunch with us.
True,
And that gives you a feeling that you are not an outsider. You are here to make a difference in their lives.
True, true.
This is their happiness.
Correct.
Product pitches, this is all a momentary.
Yeah.
End of the day, you carry a relationship.
Correct.
And that is what you live for.
True. True. Maybe one of the reason इसीलिए भी ऐसा है क्या कि because you earn mostly as a you means all those who deal with this wealth management earn mostly from that side, and they cannot charge. I mean, they can charge, but people are yet not willing to pay for the portfolio management services. And also the follow-up question with that is that, do you charge to clients, or yours also is based only from the commission you earn from the mutual fund?
So that is a fact that today people get free advice all throughout. Whether it is YouTube or you see
Correct.
the CNBC or you
Correct.
see different platforms
Correct.
talking about, people get free advice.
Yeah.
Hence, people are yet not understanding the point that this comes at a cost.
Yeah.
They think it's a free. Somebody is talking about economy, somebody is talking about a stock, somebody is talking about a sector. It is all coming loaded every minute, every second.
Correct.
But then they don't realize that this is a noise. The real information is hidden in this noise.
Yeah.
Who will decipher that noise? Who will
Correct.
decipher the right information which is
From
relevant
that
to your
noise,
portfolio?
yeah.
For that, you need to pay a fee.
Correct.
Very important.
Correct.
Entire West, if you go to the US,
Yeah, I
the
know.
developed
Yeah,
markets,
yeah.
they are only fee-based planners.
True.
But India is still evolving. I'm
Correct.
not saying today people are not understanding the importance of a fee-based advisory.
Yeah.
But slowly and steadily, they have understood that if you want to if you want to do away with the biases of an advisor,
that's
you
what-
need to interact him on a
Correct,
fee
correct,
basis.
correct.
Right? Because then only he is looking to have a, kind of aligned goals with each other.
Correct.
You
correct.
win if I win. If I win, then you also win. You're the
Correct,
fee and all.
correct,
It cannot be that you have some vested interest, hidden agenda,
Yeah.
commissions, and you want to maximize that. Then you cannot be open. And
Correct.
sorry to say, today we have intermediaries.
Correct.
It can be the bankers who come to you or
Yeah,
the agents who come to you who are not true to the heart, in terms of
Correct,
selling and giving you
correct.
the right product, fitting into the right strategy,
True.
which is like aligned towards the long term.
Correct. Correct. They are there to sell the product.
Exactly. And that is changing.
Yeah.
The regulator has come very harsh today. They have brought in RIAs now. The SEBI, the Securities Exchange Board of India, has brought in registered investment advisors who are only fee-based planners. They cannot have commissions. They can only charge a client. So no hidden commission. So SEBI is already doing a bit. The
Correct.
regulator is already doing a bit.
Correct.
The Association of Mutual Funds of India is already doing a bit in bringing a lot of transparency.
You understand.
Right? So it is only now client who need to be aware to that extent that who am I dealing with?
Yes.
Is this a guy who's education wise good? Yes. But is he experienced enough? Has he been in the market? Has he met enough clients? So it's not only about education, it is also about experience.
Correct.
But the most important, that's a fundamental block, that there should be ethics. Experience is good, education is good, but ethics will bring this industry together.
Correct.
Today, more and more investors are coming towards financial assets.
Yeah.
Only thanks to the regulators, the mutual fund associations, the different products who have come in with a very transparent, understanding that, we have to build this industry together.
Correct.
We cannot take our investor for a ride because it is his trust, his money, which is coming to the market, which is giving liquidity to the market, right? And that is helping the whole economy.
Yeah,
right?
that's helping the whole economy.
And that is
today
because,
we don't see fall in market even if FIIs pull because the huge retail investors backing is still there.
I was about to come to that.
Yeah.
That today there is a number 30,000 crore every month coming through SIPs into mutual fund industry, and that exactly is the reason for the last 1 year. If you see, the markets have been holding on, very resilient. I have never seen in the history. Had it been some other year, maybe 5 years back, had the FIIs pulled out that kind of money, Indian markets would have collapsed by at least 20-25%. For the last 1 year, it has not. This is the trust which the regulator wants. That people should invest thinking that, yes, this is my long-term saving. I can blindly believe what he's talking about, the advisor is talking about.
True.
And that is going to, make you rich. Eventually,
obviously.
The more and more people come to you with your problems, you build your business on the basis of trust, ethics, then your business has to
obviously
grow.
because market in India is huge.
Yeah.
Also, that brings me to an interesting question about Gen Z. How much of shift in mindset you have come across within your experience that they are better to deal with in terms of explaining, or they are tougher to deal with it, or you generally deal with their parents?
Interesting question. Very interesting question. So let me give you the number. Today, Gen Z population in India, which is around 47 crores, is higher than the US population. That is the size of Gen Z in India today. So imagine this audience which comes in, this set of people, they are number one, very ambitious. Unlike us, maybe.
But still they hold that Indian thing of savings, or they are Western influence.
They want to live in today.
Live in today.
One common thing, which they have been aping from the West, live in today.
So which means saving mentality less?
Very less. Very few, I would say. Lifestyle pressure.
Peer pressure, lifestyle.
Spain gaya hai, तो I have to be in Spain next year. If my friend has bought an iPhone, I have to bought an iPhone, whether I buy it on a loan or I bought it through my pocket, but I have to buy it. So they are living under that lifestyle pressure, and hence lifestyle inflation we are talking about. That is, eating away into the long-term compounding, long-term saving, which they are not able to say it right now. So I have always been giving them this number that, 15,000 rupees per month at 15% for 15 years is 1 crore.
Wow.
It's difficult to think about that kind of saving. 1 crore by just having 15,000 per month. And I have seen my client, who invested in 2009-10 a 15,000 SIP into one of the funds. In 2025, he called me up in the month of Jan that my portfolio is more than 1 crore and I'm sending my daughter for the foreign education only with the education dedicated fund. That gives you good feeling.
That kind of discipline.
This new generation doesn't understand the importance of saving because they want to live in today. And so you need to engage with them a lot. You need to talk them mathematically. And hence, I also am in the business of teaching maths
Oh, wow.
behind personal finance. So in
Excellent.
any case, I'm a great fan of maths. I teach
Yeah,
my
yeah.
son calculus,
Acha, wow.
trigonometry, coordinate
So all
geometry,
that
everything.
you bring in the real practical.
That I want to tell these kids that understand the importance of compounding. The compound interest formula which you studied in class 8,
Is so important
A
for.
is equal to P1 plus R by 100 to the power T. R is rate of interest,
Yeah,
T is the
yeah,
time.
yeah.
So I always ask them that what is important to you? Is the time important or is the rate important? And they will generally say rate is important. Tell me whether my portfolio will grow at 12%, 14 or 20%. That is the focus. They don't think about time. But the real compounding machine is higher the T, higher the wealth creation over a long period of time. Because initially you won't see the compounding. If you start investing 15,000 rupees today per month, after 3 years, you'll say, what is this growth? I am not looking for the growth.
True.
But only after 10 years, 11 years, you will
Yeah.
start seeing this
Correct.
money making more and more money.
Correct.
So this generation is tough, but they are open to learn. They are understanding the concepts. They know that you need to forget what you have saved
Yeah,
through investing.
yeah.
So I always tell them, and they find it very difficult to understand, ki investment is not an exciting part of the journey. Investment is the boring part of the journey.
True.
It's very boring. You have to be, it's a boring. The day you find exciting, then you leave a job and start only investing back home.
True.
I've seen a lot of people.
Yeah.
They shut down their business. They've taken a office
Yeah.
and they just do trading.
Try and become Warren Buffett.
Yeah, exactly. Bang on. They think it is easier.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is what Warren Buffett didn't do. What he did, everybody knows because that is written in the newspaper,
Yeah.
in the books.
Yeah.
But what he didn't do, nobody understands.
Correct.
He didn't leverage himself. Right? He never borrowed money.
Yeah.
He only invested into the quality companies. I'm sure he must have been tempted by those small, micro,
Yeah,
Bitcoin kind of strategy. He
yeah.
never. So he did what he was never, selfish, greedy.
Shortcuts.
Shortcuts. Was always investing at the dips. So you need to have a conviction. All the behavioral side, nobody sees. I'm sure he must have lost money, he must have gained money, but the discipline, right, to stay invested and carry on when things are not looking good,
Yeah.
or investing into the quality companies when things are not looking good, that is what people need to understand.
Correct.
That these legends have become after a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
They have not been trading. I've never seen a trader becoming a billionaire. Have you ever seen a trader making more money? Neither Rakesh Jhunjhunwala,
Yeah,
neither any XYZ, you can name it, who has been a trader and can tell him that I am a multi-millionaire thanks to the equity markets. I've never seen that.
Correct.
Yeah.
I was talking with similar mutual fund guy. He mentioned very nice lines that in fact the most non-knowledgeable earns best in terms of after the point he starts investing
Yeah.
and then blindly trusts.
Correct.
Because then he doesn't constantly monitor, track. So of course, the other person who is advising me, his ethics should be good.
Correct.
But he takes care of only that one decision कि किसके पास मुझे जाना है.
Absolutely.
उसके बाद
Trust.
trust. So he will earn more than the half knowledge. बार
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'll give you some numbers and very interesting numbers. Franklin did a study in US and they found that which category of people are the ones who made the most of the money. So at second number it came the people who never called their brokers. The people who never called their brokers.
Correct.
But who was the number one category who actually made money are the people who invested and died. Because nobody called them. They didn't call anybody. No emotions. The money continued to compound till some nephew or grandkid realized that my granddad was holding this money and all of a sudden overnight he became a multimillionaire. So
that's that T played.
T played on their side. It is not a rocket science of 12% and 14%.
Correct.
it is a matter of the time, because time is the eighth wonder of the world.
True.
It's a compounding machine.
Agreed.
So, absolutely right. If you see the ITs and the AMs, they are the biggest failures.
Yeah.
They do a good manufacturing job.
Yeah.
They are in US,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
Pichai,
yeah.
never been in spite of being the intelligent people on the earth.
True.
Right? Why are the CEOs and the CMOs and not
Yeah.
into the stock market?
Yeah, true.
Because it is not your intelligence. It is your I would say, the balanced personality of accepting that I can be wrong, not egoistically going behind choosing stocks, and finding valuation steady,
True.
and thinking that I can beat Mr. Market. That's the reason
Alpha.
that's the reason we say Mr. Market, because we give respect to the market, because market is so intelligent, right?
Correct.
So we don't so that is the reason.
Correct.
So one liner: simplicity beats complexity.
True.
I've always seen. I've seen n number of portfolios, but the portfolios which are simply designed and not complex in terms of some XYZ FNO or some structured products or some arbitrage or some derivatives. I have never seen those portfolios making money.
True.
I have seen a lot of people just looking, taking advice, tips, and investing into some IPOs and stocks, but if you see their 3-year, 5-year return, it is below the index. Then why are you working so hard?
Correct.
In not able to beat the index itself? True. See, index is your birthright.
Yeah.
All investments, what you do in equity, you have to benchmark it with the index.
Yes.
Either Nifty or Sensex.
Yeah.
If you're not beating Nifty, if you're not beating Sensex, it's better you give it to some professional who understands this market.
और कुछ ऐसा भी प्रोडक्ट आता है सेंसेक्स ही खरीद
आप इंडेक्स ले लो आप इंडेक्स ले लो निफ्टी 50
एकदम
जो
सिंपलेस्ट
आपको
प्रोडक्ट
पिछले 20 साल से 14% का एनुअलाइज रिटर्न दे रहा है, वो आपका बर्थराइट है. सिंपल एज दैट. 14% से ज्यादा ग्रीड है, कम टू म्यूचुअल फंड्स, बिकॉज देयर इज एन एक्टिव फंड मैनेजर who is along with his research team is doing a lot of job, hard work in understanding the changing trends and all that to give you an alpha over the index. And Indian market will give you an alpha because it's a growing market.
Correct.
Foreign market may not give you, the Western markets, US, Canada, China, Europe may not give you alpha, but Indian markets will give you Canada. But believe in the fund manager, understanding that they are more, it's a profession, it's a 24/7. They are working with a team of research analysts who knows better than you. And you can't do it because you are 24/7 into some other work.
Yes.
So if you have that understanding, please don't play with your money.
Correct.
This only gives you a kicker, but the end result is not great. Not great. Eventually you realize that direct equity is not the right play. It's better you come through mutual funds, or if you are HNI and you have a lot of money, then you better go to a PMS, or if you have much more money, then go to alternate investment funds, where the fund manager has much more flexibility of using the strategies
products,
of being in the complex strategies and all. But don't do it on your own. This is my purest advice to anyone who thinks that they know more than what the than the markets and the experts.
So you said asset allocation is important. Obviously asset allocation में बहुत सारे factors होंगे. It's not easy to make it generic, but still if you have to advise over a podcast to try and make it generalized to percentage या something like that. Individualistic तो होता ही है, risk appetite and all, but सभी में समझो मैं average risk taker के लिए average earning person, earning तो let's discard it, let's take an example of 100, and now we have 100 with us. So if you can give percentage.
So there is no science behind in giving an ideal asset allocation, because every individual is a different individual. Everyone's risk appetite is different. Everyone has come with a different experience about stock market. So you need to understand the client risk profile. If I ask Vishal that, tell me Vishal, if the market falls down by tomorrow by 20%, would you be investing, or would you be pulling out your money, or would you never come back to the market? Your answer will be the first reason to understand what an asset allocation can be. If you say that 20% falling in the market is a discount to me in the market, or is an amazing opportunity because I have experienced it in the past, then you are like a 60% equity kind of client. Then I'll say 60, 30 and 10. 60 in equity, 30 in fixed income and 10 maybe in gold. Right? I'm not taking over real estate because somebody owns a real estate, somebody is already staying in a home. So their exposure to the real estate is done. I'm saying between the three world known asset classes, equity, fixed income and gold, and international equity, which is also kind of an asset allocation, different asset. Because Indian equity and the US equity, they have only a 10% correlation. It's very surprising. They don't move in tandem. When the US equity is doing well, Indian equities don't do well. When Indian equities are doing well, US, so it's only a 10% correlation. So it's a different asset class, right? So for different age guys, there will be a different asset allocation. But somebody who just want to start, I'm saying 50% in equity, 50% in fixed income is the super asset allocation. If the market goes up, you are benefiting. If the market goes down, your 50% fixed income is making money, right? So that is the best. In fact, Benjamin Franklin in his book, he wrote that the best asset allocation is 50-50 asset allocation. It's a win-win. If the equity does well, equity does well. If the equity does well, then that equity component does well. If it doesn't do well, the fixed income does. So if you see the graph of the Sensex or Nifty over the last 20 years, there are a lot of big patches when the equity has not done well. And at that point of time, if you have a fixed income that is continuously giving you a 6.5-7% kind of growth, that combined together will give you a better risk-adjusted growth. Correct. Now, this is a difficult term, risk-adjusted growth. A lot of people will not understand, but this is a very important word because you are also keeping in mind the risk. Everybody wants return, but how much the risk is being taken to give you that return is the most important. If I go tomorrow and pitch a product, people will only ask me, Sharad, ये बताओ इसमें कितना return आया पहले. They will never ask me कि fund manager इसमें कितना risk लिया गया था. अरे is he investing into the micro, small caps, mid caps and enhancing that 25-30% return, or is it more large cap oriented and still giving me a 17% or a 16% return? Nobody's. People go through the recency bias. When I initially said that the thing which I realized in my corporate world, that nobody talks about the behavioral side of the emotional side of the client. Nobody talks about, nobody looks into, and which is very important for him to do that, long-term, wealth creation, because every time he's going through some emotions. Market goes up, he's going through a different emotion. Market goes down, he's into different emotion. People start investing with the different emotions. And when the market cycle turns, they said, oh, this I never. People will talk long term, but look short term. It's amazing. I'm telling you, whether it's a mature investor, fresh one-time investor, fresh investor, they talk long term, look short term. अरे शरद, मेरा पैसा 10 साल के ऊपर का है, 1 साल पहले. अभी मार्केट डिप आया, अरे क्या यार, ये तो मेरे को एफडी से भी कम दे रहा है शरद, 2%. 1 साल में 3%, इक्विटी में इतना कम, ये तो मैंने नहीं सोचा था. माई एफडी गिव्स मी 7%. ये बायसेस हैं, ये बिहेवियरल साइड्स हैं जो आपको मैनेज करना है. So I keep telling people that I am not a investment manager. I am a investor manager.
True.
क्योंकि वो पैसा बनाता है.
Correct.
वो ही पैसा बनाता है.
Correct. So for such investors, of course, you would have some immediate response, but do you also have some awareness sessions जिससे general ज्ञान आएगा? We are not able to overnight change anyone's behavior, but at least whatever little you can install through your seminars, webinars. Do you do that?
Correct. So recently I was hired by an institution which is into personal finance. They have a lot of certification programs, and I have been asked, to train individuals on the basics of personal finance. where we are actually talking about the risk parameters, which I just spoke about, not only about the returns. So we do a calculation where we show them that if you divide a return with the standard deviation, which is the risk side of the portfolio, you get a number, and that number is more important, right? So there are a lot of concepts. People don't understand how inflation kills into the portfolio, right? If you are doing a retirement planning and if you are not building inflation, then their corpus, which will build up at the age of 60, will not be sufficient enough to live your next 30 years or 25 years. So building the inflation embedded into the return, so that formula is an interesting formula which people need to understand. So we do a lot of such sessions. There are a lot of thumb rules we talk about. For example, rule of 72, doubling of the money. So people can immediately make out that if I'm making a 12% return, it means my money will double in 6 years, right? 72 divided by 12 is 6, right? So these are very basic concepts, and especially on the fixed income. People don't understand the maths behind fixed income. What is coupon? How is it different from the YTM? Right? What is the duration of the portfolio? How is it different from the average maturity? Right? What is going to be the maturity? And so these are the basic questions on the fixed income we talk about. So that tomorrow, if an advisor or an agent comes in and says ki sir, ye 9% ka bond hai, don't get excited because your SBI is only giving you 6.5. So don't get excited. Question. How come 9% versus 6.5? Entire SBI investors will run to buy the 9%, isn't it? Is that a rush? So then he will tell you, nahi sir, this 9% is only a coupon. YTM is only 7.5%. Then you will get the right picture.
Discounting and
so people don't understand the meaning of yield, coupon, average maturity, the duration of the bond, and the most important, the rating of the bond. Sometime I recently got a call from a institution. We say that Sharad, there is a YTM of 9% available. So I said, what is the rating? He said AA minus. Now nobody will ask that. The investor will definitely ask you what is the rating. If you bring down the rating, definitely I can enhance the yield. SBI is a AAA. They will give you only 6.5 or 7. True. But if you bring down the rating to AA minus or a single A minus, you can enhance it to 9, 9.5.
Obviously.
But that also brings in the risk.
That's the concept of risk.
So my sessions are good 4-hour session. I customize it to a full day session. I go to the corporates, meet the HR, design a program for the employees.
Understood.
Basically adding to the financial literacy. These guys can be the most educated people who have being working with the consultants like Pricewaterhouse, Ernst & Young. But when you meet them and when they see the presentation and when they see these concepts, they just amazed, and that's the best value they can get for the time invested. For a 4 hours or 8 hours. So I'm into education, I'm into training, and that's my forte. And I love doing it. In fact, a lot of clients I have acquired, by just giving them a basic info that what is the difference between annualized yield, effective yield, compounded yield, holding period return.
Because that shows your expertise over your subject, and kind of they build trust that okay, my money is in safe hands.
Correct.
At the same time, they do learn a bit of concepts, but the main thing is establishing trust.
Yes. If they are not educated, if they fall victim to the returns and not understanding exactly what it means, I'm saying the basic. I'm not saying you become a PhD into personal finance, but understand the basics of personal finance.
So that you
and especially the housewives who just sign on the dotted line. Ki bhai bata do sign kahan karna. I'm not bothered about. So I have prepared some 7-8 questions.
Okay, excellent.
Which they need to ask an advisor or an agent before he leaves with the signed document. One, it could be, is it a closed-ended fund? Is it a open-ended fund? Lot of people, they come and sell a closed-ended and they just vanish away. Only this woman will realize a year later that, I cannot have an access to the money because it's a closed-ended fund, right? Second, it could be a regular paying premium. I thought I'm just paying one time. But second year I get a notice to pay the second year premium. People don't understand this. Third, people don't understand the tax part. They don't question.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll get 9%. Arey, is the 9% taxable?
Pre-tax, post-tax.
Tax free? What is it? Right? And so many questions.
True,
So
true.
I have designed, I speak to these people who need to just ask 6-7 people and ask the advisor to write it back on the email,
Correct,
confirming that this is the
Correct, correct.
answers to your question.
Correct.
Keep it till your
Yeah.
fund.
And how much
matures.
of insurance plays a part? Obviously, insurance is important.
Yeah.
Everyone knows, but any percentage that will also have some formula. I'm sure your
Yeah.
age, your earning,
Yeah.
per year earning,
Correct.
and that this is which you have. So that is not an asset allocation, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a fund
No, very
allocation.
important.
It's very important.
Very
right?
important.
Yeah.
I think the first product which anyone should take in his lifetime before
Is
he
insurance.
starts investing is insurance, because that protects your near and dear ones,
Correct.
right? And within the insurance, I think people don't understand. They buy an insurance product, but they don't understand how much is the quantum of real insurance hidden in it. Sometimes the insurance and the investment product is clubbed
Yeah.
and given it to them,
That I
and
was
they
going to
think
ask.
that I have enough, insurance. I am assured of something in case something.
At the same time, I mean,
If something happens to me, my family is taken care of. I have taken some insurance, but when they realize it is only 5 lakh, 7 lakh, 10 lakh,
There is
rupees,
nothing in this
There's
thing.
nothing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
If somebody is no more, you need to replace him.
Yeah.
One emotionally,
Yeah.
but also financially.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? If he was, say, earning a 10 lakh rupees per annum,
Yeah.
you need to have a 10 lakh rupees after he's gone
Yeah.
with the insurance money.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
is my insurance component big enough to
Correct.
give me the 10 lakh rupees for the next maybe 10 years?
Yeah.
Maybe 15 years.
Yeah.
So, and that also is part of our program where we teach
Hmm.
how to calculate the insurance value. We call it human life value.
Correct. Correct.
And there is a set way and there is a maths behind.
Correct.
Again, we use the same compounding
Yeah.
formula
Yeah.
to calculate the present value of your future cash flows.
Correct. Correct.
The gentleman is going to earn something, right,
yeah,
over the next
yeah.
20 years.
Yeah, yeah.
I am going to find the present value.
True. True.
That is the real value for which you should be insured.
Correct.
That is called term plan.
Hmm.
So everyone who's listening today, please don't become the victim of a saving plan embedded insurance. It is called endowment plan. Don't become the victim of a unit linked insurance
Yeah.
plan.
That even I.
Just go for a purest term plan.
Correct.
It is the cheapest
Yeah.
among everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And you get a quantum of insurance.
Hmm.
So, pure insurance, the first thing.
And
Second comes the health insurance.
Hmm.
People are inadequately covered.
Hmm.
When somebody tells me that today I'm a 5 lakh rupees insurance and he thinks it's a good enough, then I tell him that, even if you have a 10 lakh insurance, 10 years down the line, with the assumption of 6% inflation, it is only 2.5 lakh rupees.
True. True.
So is 2.5 lakh rupees 10 years away is good enough for a simple
उससे तो
admission in
अच्छा
the hospital?
ना करो.
Na karo, better hai. Exactly.
Correct.
Because eventually you will be out of pocket.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one health hospital bill, health admission in a hospital bill can wipe out your earnings
Yeah.
for years together.
Yeah. Yeah.
So most important is that when you sit down with your advisor or a consultant or a distributor, whosoever who is helping you in building wealth, please check whether you are adequately covered or not covered. I think that is very important to start with. Yes.
I've been seeing many changes in insurance industry to becoming more consumer friendly.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm also looking कि actuary का as a education importance gain हो रहा है. Is this, I think it connected fields because lot of new fresh actuaries coming into market, someone realizing कि potential of market is much more. तो जितना मैं समझता हूँ,
Yes.
instead of not giving ये disease है तो नहीं देना, उससे अच्छा let's open up to the market sorry and ultimately I think this
yes.
insurance game is for of
Ha.
predicting chances of someone falling ill, right?
Correct,
From
correct.
that side.
Correct.
From the
Absolutely.
insurance
From the
industry
insurance
side.
industry, yes.
Side.
Yes.
Initially 5 years back, 10 years back, इस एज के बाद नहीं मिलने का चांस, इतना
हाँ,
डिसीज है
हाँ,
तो नहीं, इतना
ये
है तो
correct,
प्रीमियम, अभी भी उससे कनेक्टेड है, लेकिन आई सी लॉट ऑफ फ्रेंडली.
हाँ,
Is it trying to capture more market and hence giving away a few things so that
few
ज़्यादा
things.
market?
So today insurance also has got a product called ULIP,
Yeah, yeah.
unit linked insurance plan, and that's a market linked plan.
Correct.
So very small insurance,
Correct.
10 times of
Correct.
your premium
Correct.
you get.
Correct.
But major 85-90% of the money goes into the market.
Mm-hmm.
And so a lot of insurance companies, they have started pitching ULIPs to the investor, telling that this is a wealth management. This is creating wealth, right? So, but they don't tell that there is a 5-year lock-in. So all those who are looking for liquidity, they get missold, right? ULIP is nothing but a insurance and a market linked plan,
Correct.
which is replaced by a mutual
correct,
fund.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So you need to understand what is the expense in a plan.
True.
Ask
True.
your advisor
True.
that please compare it your ULIP
True.
outside insurance.
Yeah.
What is the expense and what is the mutual fund expense?
True.
Compare and then extrapolate if there is a 12% expected earning in the next 5 years, what is going to be my ULIP value and what is going to be my mutual fund value.
Correct.
This exercise is very important,
Yeah.
and that is also, once you understand how it works, and that is the reason you need to educate yourself. I am not saying you do a very high level of devotion of understanding personal finance, but at least go through the basics so that you can ask relevant questions.
It's your money.
It's your money. It's a hard-earned money. And the time gone is time gone, right?
Yeah.
So you need to invest judiciously so that, when it comes for when the goal comes in, you have enough money for that goal.
How much you feel that personal finance should also be taught in schools so that, that the same basic, not unda ghusna, to obviously those will go who want to build career out of it, but
Correct.
basic so that
Yeah.
you don't become fools.
Absolutely. I think very, very important. So financial education की जो बात हो रही है ना, financial literacy is very, very important.
True.
मैं बता रहा था कि टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया आज हम क्यों पढ़ते हैं और वी गॉट इनटू द हैबिट ऑफ रीडिंग बिकॉज राइट इन द चाइल्डहुड स्कूल में न्यूज़पेपर आता था एंड वी वर फोर्स्ड टू रीड इट एंड देन वी सम टीचर्स यूज्ड टू टेल अस कि भाई समराइज करो what have you learned in this. Same thing should happen for the personal finance. right in the class 8 आपको जब कंपाउंड इंटरेस्ट का फॉर्मूला पढ़ाया जाता है राइट उसको बिल्डअप करो. अभी 3 साल टाइम इज इक्वल टू 3 years पे कैलकुलेशन होती है बिकॉज दैट्स इजियर टू कैलकुलेट. तो बच्चे को वहीं छोड़ देते हैं. बट टेल हिम दैट व्हाट इफ द 3 years would have been 10 years with the same lakh rupee once invested, right, for 3 years at 8% or 10%. Now do a 7-year, 10-year, 15-year calculation. That is where the kids' eyes will pop out. Wow. I never knew a lakh rupee can say double in 6 years or can triple in 10 years, right? A lakh becoming 3 lakh for a child, it's an amazing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I can buy 3 iPhones. That is how they're curious.
True.
So it will be an amazing journey, right, for a child right from class 8, 9th and 10th. And I have a lot of institutions, especially in our asset management. I have seen DSP and ICICI and Kotak, they have gone to the school levels. They have taken some calculators along with them where you decide on a SIP amount, decide on the rate, and you get a maturity value. It's easier to calculate what is going to be maturity value. And a child will understand, right?
Obviously.
If he understands the compound interest formula and he's doing all kinds of calculation, he will understand.
Yeah.
Slowly, you also tell him that this is a wealth creation, right? But what if you take a loan of 10 lakh rupees? What is going to be your EMI? You have to pay back to the bank, right? That is the reverse calculation of a same compound interest formula, right?
Correct.
That will give him the value of the EMI.
That
this is the EMI you are going to pay for a good number of years, and which will eat into your. So the child will be able to understand that how it works. True. Right? And not only that, you even tell him a bond, right? how a bond works. Simple. Coupon, price, and maturity. Tell him about the difference between a
Correct.
State Bank of India interest and a IndusInd Bank rate of
Yeah,
interest.
yeah.
Why are they higher? Why is one higher?
Correct.
Why one is low?
Why rating
All-
is important.
Why
all
rating
those
is
things.
important? You know, basics.
Then it will be because what is stays with child's
Correct.
mind stays for longer.
And the child will come back
True.
and talk to the
True.
parents, educate them, you know.
Correct. उधर से सब flow होगा.
Everything will flow, right?
True,
In a perfect manner. So I think very important.
Correct. Correct.
The financial literacy in schools, and I'm telling you, within few years,
Talks
it
have
will
started, I
become
think,
a
yeah.
mandatory topic.
Yeah, it has to,
Mandatory.
because I'm talks have started, newspapers may I have read,
Yeah.
and I think with our prime minister bringing lot of changes, I am anticipating this very
Absolutely,
soon.
absolutely, very important, because end of the day, if your future is secured, you need to understand how the personal finance works.
Correct,
Right?
correct.
Everybody is moving towards retirement, and if you can instill in a young that start early, right, and not delay. And tell him the difference in the calculation, whether one starts at 25 years of age, another
Versus-
starts at 35 years of
Yeah.
age. See the difference in the retirement corpus. It's a
true,
huge difference in the corpus.
And these people, this generation wants to retire early, तो वो उनके दिमाग में बैठ जाएगा.
Absolutely. There is a concept called FIRE. What is my
Yeah.
FIRE number? Financial independence, retire early.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a financial planner, when you spoke about Gen Z, this is the biggest challenge I face. They will start with the, understanding how can I retire early, right?
Yeah.
How can I become an entrepreneur? That's another interesting question.
Yeah.
I
मुझे
want to start
किसी
my
के
business.
अंडर काम नहीं करना.
मुझे किसी के अंडर में काम नहीं करना. मुझे 5 साल में इंडिपेंडेंट होना है. कितना कॉर्पस चाहिए? If I have to save 50 lakh rupees, what should I invest now today? So the reverse calculation.
True.
So so financial literacy, and it all starts with the school. Very important. Not only school. If school is missed out, then the college not. If then the postgrad, somewhere it has to begin. And I have been taking these sessions at the different universities level. They have been calling. They have been, I go and meet the final year undergrad students and talk to them, and they just love it.
Correct. So we are into CFO services, as you know.
Yeah.
So again, finance, but with corporates.
Yes.
But still, lot of common things. Obviously, it's ultimately finance. But main thing I wanted to ask is how much of partnership with CA, in the sense that a CA referring to you will help, because those inside those corporates again are individuals.
Yes.
MDs, employees.
Yes.
So when we have our sessions, do you kind of are excited if you are being asked to give a seminar to all the employees?
Absolutely. I mean, the CAs can be the best partners, because one thing is true for CA across, that they are the most trustworthy individuals in any corporate life.
Correct.
So if I have to reach corporate, and if I want to educate the employees on the entire wealth management journey, then it is only through the CA as a partner which can be done.
Correct. So next time I will surely take care, because we have our own sessions.
Okay.
And then there are lots of, always having tax sessions doesn't help. Certain times these sessions of personal finance and all mixed with tax will help a lot.
No, absolutely.
So
that will be an amazing collaboration, because that will add a lot of value to the corporates. And these programs which I do for a 4-hour or a 8-hour, or it can be a 2-day program depending upon the requirement, these are amazing output programs, with a deep learning. So we touch upon every financial aspect which is important for him to understand, in creating that portfolio. Yeah.
Now, your advice to anyone who wants to become a certified financial planner like you, or wants to start his own, wealth management company or whatever, insurance advisor.
Yeah.
So what would be your advice to them?
So today, if you see, there is a big community of agents, distributor, but a very small community of independent financial advisors. And today the SEBI has brought in two certification programs. They are called 10A and 10B, NISM 10A and NISM 10B.
Okay.
I would suggest that please go through the content of this program. It's a very interesting program. You will learn immense, not only about the wealth management or the how to calculate insurance planning, how to manage risk, how to understanding derivatives, but will also teach you on the estate planning. It will also teach you about how the NRIs get impacted when they come to India, or they get impacted when they leave a country. Immense deep learning program. And honestly, we are short of financial advisors in this country, and
So there is
we
ample
need more and more
opportunity.
people. We need more and more people. There is a tremendous opportunity. India is a 1.4 billion population, and we are just touching Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, bigger cities. We have yet not gone to the tier 2.
Correct.
They still left untouched. They just don't know what is happening. They know not what is being done to their portfolios,
Yeah.
and their retirement is at stake. Because there's a lot of haphazard spending, and there is a huge opportunity
Correct.
of meeting them and guiding them and hand-holding them for a fruitful,
Correct.
personal
So
financial
make
day.
your career as well as help all these 1.4 billion
Absolutely,
population.
absolutely. Tremendous. I'm telling you, for the youngsters who want to jump into today, if you are just a graduate with with no experience, even then you can start the independent financial advisor journey. And it's an
With a proper
immensely
certification,
satisfying with a
right?
proper certification of a 10A, 10B, properly recognized by the Securities Exchange Board of India. They are authorizing you to move and meet your clients. The only thing is you need to be not looking at the commissions, but looking at the fee,
Correct.
which is very
And
important.
the
That
course which you teach is also
is
something is a
a NISM
certificate.
10A 10B. So
Wow.
I'm a faculty. So AFM has hired me to teach
Excellent.
10A 10B certifications.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
I think required because
Very important.
its certification plays a big role. That
Absolutely.
any Tom, Dick, and Harry is not
Absolutely.
coming
Absolutely.
and advising you
Correct,
just by
correct.
watching YouTube
No,
videos.
education is
Yeah,
important because if you don't understand yourself, then you're not educating the
correct,
investor. And
correct.
if you're not educating the investor, then you are not making him confident. Right? Today, when a client calls me that Sharad, the market has dipped and I want to invest, it's a it's a different feeling altogether. Now he has understood how the market works.
Correct,
But it has taken good number of years
correct,
to explain him
correct.
that when the market falls, it's an opportunity, it's not a threat.
Correct, correct.
Right? So this is where the education plays a role.
True.
And when a financial advisor goes deeper and deeper, understand how it all works, then you can add a lot of value in our client's
Yeah.
life and his personal journey.
Correct. Just before closing, because you are a good reader,
Yeah.
and I will not limit it to finance, maybe
Yeah.
habits
Yeah.
or any other good books. So, top
Yes.
5 books, if you would like to advise to anyone
So
that इतने तो पढ़ने ही चाहिए.
हाँ इतना तो पढ़ना चाहिए करेक्ट सो two books from the Morgan Housel. One, the book Psychology of Money.
हाँ, I have read it.
Must. This is going to be an eye-opener book. Second, the second part of Morgan Housel, Same as Ever.
अच्छा, I have not read this. Okay.
Nothing changes, same as ever. This is the part 2.
अच्छा.
Right? So these are both books from Morgan Housel.
Okay.
Third, outside the personal finance, is The Art of Thinking Clearly. Amazing book on behavioral finance.
अच्छा.
How people, because of their biases, are not able to
Think clearly.
think clearly. Third, very important. Fourth, habits, atomic habits.
Atomic Habits.
If you have not gone through Atomic Habits, you are missing something.
yeah.
Right? And from the business perspective, there is a book called E-Myth.
अच्छा.
E-Myth by Michael Gerber. Amazing book. That must be read by a business owner who want to move out from this self-employed, right? One man army, one man show. If you read E-Myth, you will realize how much it is important to create processes, how much it is important to create systems, how to make it automated, as you rightly teach us, the WhatsApp tools and how to create automation.
Correct.
Because then only you are a true business owner if you learn to delegate. If you try to do everything on your own, then you are not the business owner. You are just a self-employed,
Self-employed.
right?
Yeah.
So, book E-Myth is my fifth recommendation.
Wow.
Go through
Excellent.
these 5 books. These are gems, and you'll just love it. Keep it as a a Bible, forever.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
you will
yeah.
read more and more, and you will learn more and
True,
more.
true.
Yeah.
Excellent. It was lovely session. Lots of learnings, lots of discussion with common interests. Would love to have one more.
Yeah, thank you.
Deeper.
Thank you, Vishal. Again, I'm very happy you gave me this opportunity
Sure,
because
sure.
this is only how you can, speak to the wider audience.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank